This is Living La Vida Nomad. Today I wanted to talk about what is the perfect age to start traveling. So many people question, when should I start traveling? You know, I see all the time, my kids are 3 and 5. Is this a good time to start traveling? And I'm going to reveal a big secret. It's so big. The secret is there is no perfect age. So, and I say that because, you know, everybody has different expectations of what travel should be, and also different expectations of how children should be while traveling. So for me, quite often, I really enjoyed when my children were babies, because they didn't really care what we did or where we went, so long as they had me, they had food, they had dry pants, they were happy. So I really enjoyed traveling with a baby. Other people don't enjoy it so much, and they enjoy traveling more with older children because they can walk on their own, they can do activities and things like that. So for everybody it's different, and there's not really a perfect age. And the other one that people say is wait until whatever the age is, or they won't remember it. And this statement works if you're going on one vacation, just one, for a short amount of time, and you're never going to do it again, because you want the child to remember. So, if I'm, for example, Disneyland, if I'm planning on taking my children to Disneyland, only going once in their lifetime, I'm probably not going to take a 2-week-old baby, because they're not going to remember. I would take a child when they're about 9, because they'll remember it and they'll have good memories from it. But if you're planning on traveling full time, it's a whole different ballgame, because it's a lifestyle. It's not just one vacation in your whole entire lifetime. So for me, I find that children get different things out of different experiences at different times in their life. Like a 3-year-old will get different things out of, we'll use Disneyland for an example again. A 3-year-old will get different things out of Disneyland than a 9-year-old will, than a 17-year-old will. So, they're all going to get something out of it. It's just not going to be the same thing. And the other thing is, for me, when people tell me, oh, you shouldn't travel until whatever age because they won't remember it, is my thinking is that you're not going to not celebrate their first birthday or Christmas or any other holiday when a child's a baby, because they might not remember it. Because it's not for the child, it's for you to make memories with the child, if that makes sense. You're not going to say, I'm not going to have a first birthday for my child, or I'm not going to celebrate Christmas with my child because he's too young and he won't remember it. Because you're going to take pictures, you're going to talk about it as years go on. Like I tell my kids about their first Christmas. I tell them about Christmas when they were 2, Christmas when they were 3, even though they don't remember, things like that. And so it can be the same with traveling. I've got millions and millions of pictures, and I can show my kids when they went to this place when they were 1 or when they were 2. They don't remember it, but they see pictures of themselves doing it, and that's a good feeling for them. So there really isn't a best age to start traveling. My advice is to just take them, especially if it's full-time travel, just take them and experience the experiences with them. That's my biggest thing that I love seeing, is watching my kids experience things through their little eyes. So, for example, my 2 boys are 10 and 6 now, and I really enjoyed taking them to a historical park that we used to go to often. and watching them experience that through the eyes of, you know, a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, you know, and then going back a few years later and experiencing it through, you know, a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old, or however old they are at that time, you know. So it's really interesting to watch and see how they experience things and what they get out of it. And they will really shock you, because things that I thought that my son would never remember, he now talks about. He's like, remember when we did this? And I have to really think, because it wasn't a significant part of that trip. It was like this one tiny little thing that he remembers, and it was like a really obscure thing. Like, remember when we went to that store and that man had on purple pants and he smelled funny? And I'm like, what store? What guy with purple pants? You know, or remember when we went to that place and there was a magician and he snorted a rope up his nose? And I'm like, rope up his nose. Oh yeah, I remember that. You know, so they remember things, but it might not be the things that you think they're going to remember. So for planning wise, I try not to plan things to be too specific, because kids are going to take things out of the experience different than you will, or than an older sibling or a younger sibling will. So it really just depends, and there really isn't a perfect age to start traveling. Just go do it. Just go travel. Just go and enjoy the time with your kids and make memories with them, and just enjoy every single minute, because I read a thing once and it said you only have 18 summers with your kids. So you only have 18 years with your kids. And when your kid is really small, you start to think, oh, that's a really long time. But now my son is 10 and it's like, wow, I only have 8 more years with him. Like, that's not a lot of time. Or when they get to be, 15, I only have 3 more years with him. So really enjoy the years that you have with your kids and make the most memories that you can. It doesn't matter what age they are. Hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support. Join me next week for our next episode. If you have any topics that you want me to discuss or cover, send me a DM on Instagram or a message on our Facebook page. Both are Living La Vida Nomad. And there's links at the end of the video as well. So send me a message. Let me know what you want to hear about, what you want to learn about, and I will for sure cover it at some point.